It is the Link Show. Good afternoon and welcome to the Link Show. I tell you what, we're super excited to have you along with us. And my name is Dougal. Looking forward to the show. And as always, here's Rhoda. Hello.
Hello, Dougal. Good morning. Oh, should it be afternoon already?
It's
by
afternoon.
Now? It's afternoon already.
Just
Good
now.
afternoon, everybody. Yeah, just now.
Just
We've got
now.
a very exciting show today. And it was always something that I've always been excited about. And something that I've always kind of drilled into my kids to have both balancing academically and sports in the cultures and that. So I'm very excited about the topic today.
Yeah, now it is an exciting topic, but let me just tell you, we find ourselves, it's another road trip, and that is what the Link Show is synonymous with, because we're actually visiting campuses. We kind of get a big sense of what happens within the campus, and more importantly, we delve into great topics, and more importantly for you, to make Northlink, of course, your tertiary institution of choice. Now, today's topic, and you've touched on it right now, is all to do with sports, arts, and culture, which we all know is the pure essence. It is the elite fabric that makes any society tick, and definitely something that's very close to my heart, so that is what we're going to delve into. But first off, as you know, with the Link Show, of course, it's an interactive show, so more importantly, we want your comments, we want your questions. We're going to have special guests on. We're going to delve into really interesting topics with today's program as well, and definitely be part of it. Now, before we get stuck in, let's quickly just talk about this, because we walked in here, you could feel a vibe here, right? There's a vibe.
I felt it. I felt like I was at school and I was in my, like we called it back in the day, in my PT class.
There was that sense as well, but there certainly is an immense energy. There's sort of a big positive energy. Just you see that we would pass one or two lecturers in the halls on their way to classes and stuff, and students as well.
Exactly. And you know what impressed me? And I asked them in front, basically, I said, why has everybody got different colors on? Because you had the red and the blue and orange, and I'm like, I'm loving this. You know, it's just colorful and beautiful and different. And they said it's just because that's the different things they're studying. So it basically defines them in their field.
And that speaks to the campus we are at today. And we must just say, before we really start with the show now, we've been to several campuses, and as always, you're always impressed. And I always think to myself, how's the next campus going to be? It is immaculate, it is state-of-the-art, it is fantastic. Trust me, Mom, Dad, as a prospective student, there's no better choice. This is where you come. But anyway, Rhoda, let's get stuck in today. Now, we all know, of course, the importance when it comes to sports, arts, and culture. And this is also a very, very strong focus point when it comes to tertiary institutions like Northlink, and especially here, because we know healthy mind, healthy body, all of that, that is important.
Yeah, and that's something, a culture that needs to be created, because a lot of schools, Dougal, and I have to say, there's a lot of schools that actually don't balance it too. So I do believe you can have academics, but you must have your sports, your culture, your drama, your music. The two goes together, goes hand in hand.
No, it does.
And I must say, once you go to varsity and you go study somewhere else, and especially a place like Northlink, you need that, and it actually just pushes you to the next level to say you can actually achieve so much in this world, because we're putting these kids out into the world to be able to be a full rounded person.
Yeah, and that is it. You've summed it up perfectly. It is about a full rounded person. And I know people look at tertiary institutions and say, yeah, okay, they all have arts, there's culture, there's sports. Is it really effective? What is it? Well, if you've got the questions, I tell you what, we're going to have the people with the answers. And now, this is what the show is all about. So our very first guest, and welcome to the Link Show. And it is the first show of 2023 as well. This is really the first of first on many levels. It is Shanton van Heerden. Good afternoon, sir. Thank you for joining us. How are you?
I'm good, Dougal.
Yeah.
Lovely.
Nice to have you along. So first things first, quickly tell us, what is it exactly that you do here, especially when it comes to sports, arts, and culture?
Okay, I'm the Sports, Arts and Culture Officer of Northlink College. My portfolio resides under Student Support Services.
Okay.
So basically, I need to make sure that all our students that have 7 campuses are active, stay active, and they take part in our extracurricular programs that we do offer at Northlink College. We do offer a lot.
Yeah.
So I need to make sure that all of them are on the fields, on the stages, busy playing sport.
And you know what, let me just go in there, because that sounds amazing, that is an offer there for all students straight away.
Yes, it's for any student, even students with disabilities. We try to include them as well. So if there are students with disabilities who want to take up sport, who want to do any sport, we'll cater for them as well.
Okay. Now, I wanted to ask you this, because I know and I heard that you're also the chairperson of COSAXA.
Yes.
So quickly, what is that?
COSAXA stands for College Sports, Arts and Culture South Africa. It's the national body for all TVET college sports, arts and culture. So currently I'm the chairperson of the Western Cape in terms of, and I serve on the national body as well. So I have to make sure that sports, arts and culture take place at all TVET colleges in the Western Cape. I need to make sure that there's provincial competitions, that they play against each other, the colleges, and that we compete on a national level as well.
Okay.
Oh, so you're a very busy man.
Yeah.
Wow.
So and that speaks to the proper structure of everything.
Yes, yes, it's well structured. Each province have their own PEC, which means each province have their own leagues and competitions that they have through the course of the year. The first provincial event is the 9th of March, which is the COSAXA Western Cape Athletics.
Okay.
Okay.
Yes.
So that's around the corner.
It's around the corner, yes.
Yeah, and then I actually want to ask you, because we're talking about not just obviously athletics, there's other sports as well, there's other codes, like sports codes as well?
Well,
Because, I mean,
at
sports is
Northlink
quite-
College, we basically cover most sporting codes. We do everything male and female. So maybe I must just run through the sporting codes.
Yeah.
We
Please.
soccer, rugby, netball, chess, table tennis, volleyball, basketball, karate. That's our sporting codes. And for culture, we offer choir, which is choral music, choral choir, poetry, debating, drama, stand-up comedy. So yeah, we've quite various codes that we do cover at Northlink College.
You see, now this is why I like this, because and this is really the kicker, because this is the cherry on top of the cake of awesomeness, because you come to Northlink for your tertiary education, then you get all of that.
Exactly.
And it's part of programs, it's there, it is there. It's not you're going to have to try and start a society of sorts, it is there.
And I think what even makes it even a more of a cherry on top is the fact that you are here at Northlink. So where else, I mean, somebody is doing the Western Province and knowing exactly what's going on out there, and you're actually working with here at Northlink. Wow.
Yes.
Definitely a cherry
Look
on top.
at Northlink, we really look at trying to develop our students holistically, to give them a good student experience in terms of education, sport and culture. So.
All right.
And I'm sorry, I'm kind of going into the male and female. Are you finding there's more females now really getting into these sports? I mean, if I'm looking at South Africa at the moment, looking at our soccer, looking at our cricket, so, and I get quite excited when I see the ladies team doing so well, you know, so are you finding that as well, that shift happening within the students?
We actually, it is happening, especially with the Netball World Cup coming to South Africa and now the cricket
Oh yeah.
being hosted in South Africa. So there's a lot of interest from our ladies. And last year, for the first time, we introduced ladies rugby, and we had quite a huge amount of ladies interested in rugby. So that's why all our sporting codes we try to include the ladies as well. Because there is a need.
Okay.
Definitely.
And you mentioned quite a bit. You mentioned quite a bit of other things other than just sporting things, which we are going to get to, because there were definitely some ones that piqued my attention straight away. So we definitely got to get to it. But I want to ask you this: is there like a schedule or program? Because immediately a mother and a father and a prospective student is looking like this. How would this affect my academic schedule? So is there a program, a schedule that you keep to?
Yes, there is. We try and have not a lot of impact on the academic program. So the majority of our sports take place on Friday afternoons and over weekends. So Fridays is the shortest day for the academic period program at most of our campuses. So all campuses will finish at about 2 or 1. So from 2 o'clock till about 5, we'll play sports, inter-campus sports.
Wow.
Where all 7 campuses play against each other.
Okay, so you all get together basically. So where does this take place? Like different campuses? Or how does it work?
Well, in terms of fields, we make use of our Tygerberg campus, because that's the campus with the majority of sport fields. But when we play netball, we play it between other campuses. We play in Parow campus, Protea and Tygerberg. But in terms of soccer, rugby and volleyball and the rest, we do play the bulk and the majority of our activities at Tygerberg campus.
So and that is also the places where the students would train now?
Yes, that is winter training. If your campus don't provide you with a facility to train, then we'll arrange for your students to get picked up and get taken to the facility to train.
Okay.
Oh, wow.
So that's fantastic.
But everything
That's
happens
brilliant.
they're done with their
academic side of
academic
things.
side.
That is
Very
absolutely
important.
fantastic because it's really on a platter.
Yes.
You know what, and we've used that term so much on the show already
So
that at Northlink everything comes to you. It is accessible. It is on a platter. And I want to remind people, of course, and you said that you also cater to people with disabilities.
Yes, yes, we
Which
do.
is what you do. Now, let me ask you this. Are students then holistically, are they kitted?
Yes, they are.
Say.
Each campus have their own sports kits. So
Okay.
the netball team has their own, say, Parow is making an example, say red. All their kits will be red. So when they come to go and play intercampus matches, they'll get their kit. They'll obviously sign it out by me and sign it back in
Is
afterwards.
anybody blue?
Yes, yes.
Because I've got a blue one.
I see
we
you
got
can
blue
fit in without Protea campus.
You're going to go to Protea campus.
But we do provide kits. So these, when the kids come and play, they all look the same.
Oh,
Okay.
Branded
lovely.
Northlink College sport kits.
Oh,
All
wow.
right.
So that's across everywhere,
That's
all
across the
campuses.
board, yeah.
And then just the benefits of it, because I mean, people are always just looking at academics, especially when you're looking at the institution, they're always looking at the academic side of it. Why is it important to have a sport?
I would say for your health purposes, not just health, I'll say mental health, stress levels. I mean, these kids are stressed in classes, exams. So it's always good to have an outlet, and sport can be that outlet for kids. And I mean, if you do sports, it's, I think there's a chemical thing happening in your brain that makes you want to have fun and enjoy yourself.
Yeah.
So
True, true.
I would say it's a big benefit, and you can see it on the sports fields. These kids are having fun,
Yeah.
and they love interacting with each other, and especially campuses don't know each other. So when they play against each
Yeah.
other on a Friday, they meet new people. Although it's fierce on the field, but
Yeah.
afterwards they
Competition.
laugh
Yeah.
and talk about what happened. So
Yeah. And I mean, you can see the benefits. You can see that camaraderie. You can see the excitement.
Yes.
That is all of that. It is a more holistic individual at the end of the day. I wanted to ask you this now. In terms of national body of sports, especially when we look at the sporting codes that's offered here, and also, you know, does it adhere to all the COSAXA standards then and what is set out?
yes, it does. All the sporting codes that we do are basically the national sporting codes that falls under COSAXA. That's sport and culture,
Okay.
culture activities. So we will have provincial tournaments or events for all those sporting codes. As I said, the athletics is first, and then in May we're going to South Cape to have our provincial arts and culture competition, where all colleges, choirs, drama people, stand-up comedians, where all of them are going to go there and perform to try and make a Western Cape team.
Oh, wow.
Okay.
So we select a Western Cape team at all our provincial events. We then represent the province at the national tournaments. It's happening all over in South Africa.
South Africa.
Ah.
Just looking when we walked in, and I'm looking at these things that's behind us right now, especially on the sports side. So obviously, they also you have to keep to the standard, because I mean
Yes.
sometimes you go to a gym, and I'm not going to mention names, and you get the old equipment. Then you go to a more modern gym, and you get more the modern equipment.
Yes.
So do you also adhere to the code?
We
for
try to,
equipment?
yes, we
Yeah.
try to stay up to date in terms of equipment, especially with training equipment as well.
Yeah.
You know, balls they don't change. But in terms of training equipment, we try and keep the standard up. So then to make it interesting for kids as well when they come to training and they see all these equipment there and
Exactly.
they want to get involved and train.
Yeah. I'll quickly, just to jump back to what you said, and I just want you to elaborate on the sort of college, provincial, and national competitions. How does that work? What is that all about?
Okay, let me first start with Northlink. Look, we have 7 campuses and we have, say, 2 hostels. So
Yeah.
we have an inter-campus sports league. So
Okay.
that we play every Friday, the campuses against each other. That's for all our sporting codes. From there, we select a Northlink College team,
Okay.
which will represent the college at the provincial tournament. So we'll
Alright.
have a soccer team, Northlink rugby, Northlink football, chess, table sporting codes. From there, we go and compete provincially. If we win the tournament, obviously the majority of the players will be in the Western Cape team, where there's outside
wow.
people selecting on the day. So then we select
So when,
COSAXA Western Cape
when
team.
you say outside
Oh,
people, where
wow.
outside, like where?
I would say federations, like
okay.
from SAFA come and assist, because
Oh,
it will
right.
be unfair if the colleges choose them of Western Cape. So they activities Western Cape. The Western Cape hosting the which is in September.
Rugby
So
there.
all the provinces is coming.
I love rugby, by the way.
They'll get you involved.
Obviously, with the sport, like, is there names that we could kind of actually gone through this as well and actually became a name out there and took advantage of the sports?
Well, yes, there is. Actually, quite recently, two of our students who was part of the Western Cape team, they are rugby players. We went to TUT, to Pretoria, to go and compete in the national ball games, which we are in September. And they got scouted by two universities and got offered full bursaries to study there this year. So,
Wow.
Here we go.
So one is at TUT, one is at UWC, and hopefully we'll see them on playing varsity. It's the rugby.
There we
Wow. Yeah,
success story that we had.
that is fantastic.
Mom, Dad.
And I mean, of course, you're looking at all the safety and all the requirements, but that is just a brief overview of the sports. Let's move on to arts quickly.
Okay.
Because you said drama and you said a lot of other stuff earlier. Just recap that for us.
Okay. For arts and culture, we do poetry, we do choirs, we do drama, we do stand-up comedy. Yeah, that's about it
Wow.
in terms of
Wow.
arts.
And dance
And music,
and,
obviously.
and
Which we will be
dancing and
talking
all of that. That all
And
takes-
dancing, sorry.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Because I can't dance, so it's always get help. That's basically the
Yeah, with
thing.
dancing, we do different kind of dancing, like
Gonna
hip-hop,
ask that.
yeah, traditional dance. Yes.
Quite a bit of stuff. In terms of to be part of any, so to the sport programs there that are offered, it's very straight, very easy to join.
Yes, we have 7 campuses, and at each campus has a SRC. Now, on each SRC, there's a sports, arts, and culture representative, a person who has a portfolio in that. And on each campus, there are student support officers. So I work closely with them in terms of campuses because I can't be at all campuses at the same time.
same time.
Yeah.
So all the students who are interested, they obviously go to the student support services first, and from there, that information will come to me in
Okay.
terms of what they want to take part in. And each campus, obviously, they make their own sports teams on campuses.
As
So, but if there is interest in arts and culture, it will go to the SRC, to the student support person, and it will come to me.
Okay, and then, I mean, I'm sorry, I'm probably going back to my days when my kids were at school, but there was always like, especially in the arts and culture side, at the end of the year, there's an event. Does this happen here as well?
Yes, it does. For each culture code, we have a inter-campus competition.
Oh,
So all the people interested in poetry will come and perform and do their
Oh,
poems, and
wow.
we'll select the best two that will represent Northlink at the Kosaksa provincial event. The same for our choirs. We want each campus to form their own choirs. Then we'll have a choir competition where choirs perform against each other. This year we brought in nationally, stand-up comedy was brought in as one of the new culture codes.
Culture
So
code.
we're trying to get that from the ground at Northlink as well.
excellent,
Let me
excellent.
tell you, that's the best thing you've ever done.
You're speaking
As,
to, speaking
yeah.
to one here. Yes, stand-up comedian.
So yeah, it's probably the best thing you've done.
I'm actually just going to jump back before we let you go. There was just something, I mean, I saw in the news now recently, and one of the things is, I think it was in the USA, where a kid collapsed on the field, and there was no assistance on the field. You guys do have first aid medical on site, basically?
Yes, we do. For all our events, we do have medics on the events. We have a service provider that comes in and be the medics on the events.
Perfect, that's always so important.
Yes,
Yeah.
especially for our big events. For our weekly events, we do make use of our Look, we also have sports courses at Northlink College, and most of those students do first aid levels,
Oh, wow.
1 and 2 and 3. So we
Excellent.
usually make use of them for our weekly matches. And myself and my assistant are also qualified first
First
aiders.
aiders. Oh,
But when we
wow.
do an inter-campus event, a big competition, and we do get outside service providers to be the first aiders on the day.
Very important.
It sounds exciting, and it's like the kind of thing where you just want to attend. You just want to be part of
I
it
just wanna be
now,
part of
right?
it.
You
So
just want to
true.
be there. You just want to be there.
Just so when the events happen, there is ticket sales, things happening basically that you guys are putting out there?
No, we don't.
Oh, okay.
It's free for everybody
Okay.
to come and be part of it and come and have a look how our students do. So we don't charge.
Okay.
Yeah.
But if there's donors out there, donate.
Yes, we do need sponsors.
There we go, we need sponsors.
So please get involved.
Definitely.
Shandon, is there anything else that you would like to tell us and like to add to that when it comes to sports and arts and
Well,
culture?
we do have different programs as well that falls under my portfolio. We do have self-defense. We'll have a person who's in charge of self-defense that will be sharing a couple of details with regards to self-defense. And we do have a music enrichment program that we also offer at Northlink College. That is for students who want to learn how to read music and play a music instrument, but could never afford or had the chance to do it. So,
Wow.
so we offer that to our students as well.
Excellent.
The gentleman that will be talking about it, he should be here soon. So.
Yeah. So in depth,
Looking
we're
forward to
gonna
that.
delve into that as well. But listen, yeah, thank you so much,
Thank
man,
you.
for
Oh, wow.
shedding light and giving
Yeah.
us like a really broad and interesting overview, because it is certainly exciting times hearing all of this and just hearing all these exciting things.
Yeah.
And definitely once, you know what I mean? It's
Makes
like a
me
big
excited.
draw card
Exactly.
to go to a Northlink
And especially
college.
after COVID, I mean, our students couldn't be active for 2 years. And you could see last year, when the students can get back onto the field, they were so eager and keen to get on the field.
Get on the field again. Yeah.
And Northlink College have a proud history of doing well in terms of the province and nationally. So out of all, I think it's only soccer that we didn't win provincially last year. So,
Oh,
so yes, this year we want to keep it up, keep the standards high.
We have to.
yeah, that'll be good. Sign certain people, they can kick a ball. So
Rugby,
yeah, you need to get
rugby.
them.
Get the stand-up comedians involved.
They stand up
Coaching.
There we
No
go.
problem, no
What
problem,
a mixture.
no
Me
problem.
rugby, you stand up comedian.
No
Oh, wow.
problem.
We covered
No
it.
problem. Shandon Van Heerden, thank you so much for your time on the Link
Thank
Show.
you.
Thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you.
We wish
Thank
you
you
all
for
the
having
best.
me, Dougal. Thank you,
Yeah.
Rhoda.
Thank you.
Absolute pleasure. I tell you what, it is definitely one of those things that are as that extra cherry on the cake. Because
Definitely.
the one thing that I know that a lot of people look at is, I want to go study at Northlink. Are there these kind of things? You know, I
Exactly.
play tennis at school,
Yes.
or athletics, or whatever sporting code it is, and you want to know how accessible will this be?
Will it be?
Once you're at the tertiary level? Because, you know, it's bigger people now, isn't it?
Yeah, and also, you know what I'm loving about it, Dougal, is the fact that a lot of kids and a lot of parents out there, their kids is this way, they're culturally involved, they're sports
Yeah.
involved. Is there something that they can go and do after school, you know, where they can actually continue into that profession and actually make it part of their life, their lifestyle, because this is what they're made of. Because for me, it is really a case of, we want our kids to be happy in going forward into a career that they love. You know, now maybe they don't want to be a doctor, they don't want to be an accountant, they actually want to be a coach, or, you know, so
Yeah.
if not, why not?
But it is super important, and it is heartwarming and exciting that you can do that.
Almost
and that's what it's
and
about.
that option is there.
The option is there,
Yeah.
and it is structured as well. So
Exactly.
as a guardian, as a parent, you're looking at this now. I'm telling you, it's all stacked up heavily that you will choose Northlink as a tertiary institution of choice.
Definitely.
It is really what it's all about. Now, Shandon a moment ago mentioned something very interesting. He mentioned self-defense. That was part of this elaborate and really fantastic program when it comes to sports, arts and culture. Now, we know very little about self-defense, but there is somebody here sitting next to us now that knows a lot more, and that is Ryan Dory. So Ryan, thank you so much. Welcome to the Link Show. How are you?
Welcome,
Thank you so much for having me. Thank you so much. I'm good, guys. Good.
I'm too scared to shake your hand or something in case I get
I'm
flipped
also
or...
sitting here like, you know, don't do a quick
Yeah,
movement,
yeah.
sudden movement here.
Yeah. So quickly, tell us, self-defense is offered at the campuses?
Yes, so self-defense was introduced about, say, 5 years ago as an initiative because a lot of our kids were constantly either getting mugged or robbed along the way. So they introduced self-defense as a way for these kids to empower themselves. And then it started at Parow and it forms part of the Safety in Society program. So along with them, they go into law enforcement. So with that, they tied it with self-defense. So this is the only institution that offers self-defense for Safety in Society.
Wow.
Oh, wow.
And many of the returning students come back and they
wow.
always say, the same stuff we do here is the same stuff they do in the academy. So the transition is very close. So they have a good understanding and background once they go from here to wherever they may go.
That is phenomenal.
I just
It's almost like you job ready. You know, and I use that quite loosely, that term. And how long does the course last for? As long as you're here, do you learn certain things?
It all depends on basically the program's initiative. If they want it for a quarter, they want it for the whole year. If they want it for the entire program, then it just continues every year. So with programs that just want it for a term, they'll then book me and say, can you come out this day, this time? They'll call me out, then I'll come and offer self-defense.
Okay.
Which is basically amalgamation of all martial arts.
I was going to ask you,
I
so
was
what are you
gonna
looking
ask
at now? Like judo, jiu-jitsu, karate?
Well, self-defense is a mixture of all martial arts. You got judo in there, you got Krav Maga, you got karate. My background specifically is karate, but with that self-defense that we've learned, there's jiu-jitsu marts in there, there's takedowns and throws, there's weapons, there's armaments. So the self-defense aspect is basically just a branch of a martial arts, basically tree.
Yeah. Now let me ask you this. Obviously with students, I mean, we're looking at different levels here.
Yes.
Do you know what I mean? Of capability and physically being able to do things. Are people, all students who do this, so they get by?
Yes, because we start off as basic as possible because we try to not make it difficult. Once you've got the basics, then we take it a notch up and a notch up to more advanced, more technical, more, I would say, extravagant. Okay, so it will start off with the most basic things so that anybody from as young as 5 to as old as 70 is able to do it. So it's a nice generic platform.
So from as young as 5 to as old as 70 or
70
80
or
or
80,
90,
as long
which
as-
is our
Wow.
age, basically.
Speak for yourself, Duva.
Wow.
But yeah, so the level that we start at, it's very basic. And then as we progress, that's why I like to work with departments for more than a quarter or semester, so that I can progress with the kids as if it's a dojo, so we can take it step by step.
And I'm just listening to you now, and I mean, the stats, looking at some institutions out there, bigger institutions like in your universities, there's a lot of rape cases happening that you hear of. So, for me, how does it make you feel just empowering? Especially, I think, obviously, we're talking men and women, not just ladies here alone. Empowering, because this is what you're doing in actual fact, is empowering that person. Am I correct?
Yes, that is correct. For me, it's if I'm able to assist you in any form, even if it's the smallest way, whether it's just getting out of a situation unarmed that you can run away, or that you have to defend yourself and put this person, basically harm the attacker so that you may get away. It's a happy feeling because you know you're doing good. Because what they learn, they can then give on to their kids if they have kids. If they got younger siblings, they can just translate that same lesson over to the next and the next.
And I think also we're finding ourselves in a country where there's a lot of violence against women and children, and having to have that, like you said, you pass it on from generation to generation. So what excites me is the fact that it's starting here at Northlink, and you actually putting that into the next generation. So, I mean, what more reason do you need to come to Northlink? You know, so definitely.
And let me ask you this. So at the moment you say that the self-defense course, it's part of the safety program that is being offered. So are there plans, to the best of your knowledge, to roll this out across other campuses?
The goal is to have basically a self-defense hub here at Parow and then branches of at the other campuses. So if the hub is here, then one day we can be at Goodwood, one day at Tigerberg, one day at Protea, where we just offering self-defense from the morning till the end of day for that.
And this will be on a weekday, like basically?
Monday till Friday. And then hopefully from there we look at establishing a karate club specifically in Northlink.
Okay.
And then have those classes on a Saturday, also completely free for students, because a lot of students in the past said they can't afford the classes. So if you are able to give them the actual classes, they can also feel good, and they can even work towards getting their own black belts.
Yeah. And students who are not part of that and they want to be, is there cost involved for that?
There's no cost involved for the
No
students.
cost?
No cost at all.
Did
Oh,
you hear
wow.
that?
No
cost.
cost.
No cost.
Yeah, and then obviously I've never done karate. I know Dougal has. So, and I know within that karate and judo, whatever you were talking about earlier, there's obviously somebody
Yes.
that it is a recognized. The Northlink is recognized. You recognize basically as I don't know what you call the top person that gives
The chief instructor.
the chief instructor. So it's
Yes.
recognized basically as well in the karate.
Yes, it is. So we have a partnership because my background is with Karate Zen.
Oh,
We-
there you go.
Yes, so Karate Zen is one of the oldest karate clubs in basically outside Western Cape or even the country. So my background is from them, which is plus minus 20 years already.
Oh, wow, you don't look that age.
So for basically the permission was granted for them basically to start here as well a club, and that was running smoothly, and then COVID hit. So that's what prevented it from stopping. So once everything is back up and running as it is now, I would love to make Parow the hub because it's got all the facilities I need. It's available on Saturdays
it.
for me.
That's
Oh, wow.
All right, Ryan. So we got to do this because it comes down to proof in the pudding.
There
And
we
it
go.
is something that is super important because whatever you can learn when it comes to self-defense is obviously something that can be maintained for, and like you said, you can pass this on to the other people in your household, you know, which is brilliant. Would you mind showing us a move or two? I always wanted to say that. I always wanted to say a move or two. So thank you for making my day. But would you mind? Would you
I'd love to.
mind?
Let's
Would you
go.
mind?
I'd
Shall we
love
do
to.
that?
Yes, we
All
can.
right. So we got a mat over there.
got a
We're
mat,
gonna
yeah.
get there, and I know you've got a helper as well.
Yes, I do. I got one of the
Yes.
lecturers of office admin. Myself and I have both been in
there we go.
karate more than 15 years.
Wow.
So
You're gonna
there's a
show
good
us.
understanding for why we have to do self-defense and we have to encourage it. So we would love to show you.
Okay.
Sure. So you and Andrew are going to give us a quick demonstration.
Yes, we will.
All right. And
Yeah.
Andrew is a lecturer here, so we're going to check out some moves and some basic stuff. And this is going to be fantastic because this will be something for you to take home.
Yeah.
And sort of maybe show husband, wife, mum, dad, little ones, whoever, your friends. Very important to know.
Exactly.
Only on the link show, you got to love it. And can Rhoda attack you as well?
Yes,
I need
well,
to
she
laugh
can
at some
attack
point.
you.
You want
All
to
right.
laugh?
All right, let's
Are we
go
gonna
to
go
the
to
mat
that
here, and
side?
Andrea will join us there. Should we do that?
Yes,
Okay,
let's go.
excellent. Let's go. Come, I'm taking my paper with. All right, so
Oh,
this
yeah,
is going to be
okay.
interesting. Let's
Oh,
go.
yours, when you have to fight,
All
I
right,
will
so
hold
let's go quickly. So we will make our way to the mat, which is fantastic. So obviously, in anything, I would imagine it's important to warm up.
It is. Luckily, we did warm up before.
Okay, we warmed up.
Okay.
Oh, we were sitting, we warmed up.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So the first attack we're going to do is basically a choke from the front, which is the
Okay.
most direct. So if
All right.
myself and Andrea...
Choke from the front.
Yeah.
I'll
Stands
stand
over
out
here.
of the way. I don't want to get injured here.
Okay.
And this is just to put hands around neck.
Basically to try and suffocate the person.
Okay.
Okay, so...
Good luck, Andrea. Ooh.
Okay,
Okay.
so we'll go through it nice and slowly. The two of you like to go through it slowly with
Yeah,
us?
do it slow.
Okay.
I'll move out of
Ralda,
the
would you
way.
like to do it with us?
Oh my word.
Yes.
Yeah.
Me and
Yeah.
the guys
Must I
can be,
do it to him?
the guys
Oh,
can be the
Dougal?
attacker.
Shall I grab Rhoda?
I've got
Yes.
shoes
All right.
on.
So
Okay.
we will be the attackers and they will be the victims.
Okay.
Okay.
Do
So
not
I'll
try
try
this at
not
home.
to- do
if
not
you
try
do it
this at home.
slowly.
All
and
right.
then
Slowly.
Okay, so we're going for the
Dougal,
neck.
Yes, so we-
slowly. Wait, I must watch
So
now.
we're gonna grab around the neck. From there, we'll
You
call
wanted
it
to
the
do this long
victims.
time ago.
We grab by the thumbs.
Oh, the thumbs?
The thumbs, yes, because there's no muscle, so it's easy
Okay.
to bend backwards. So there's no resistance really. We pull it down sideways and step back at the same time. Okay,
I've got
then
you
the
there.
back leg. I'm flying. You can kick straight between the person's legs,
Aina.
and then that same leg you use and you push against the knee.
I won't hurt you, Dougal.
Okay.
I'll try
Yeah.
not to.
After that,
Oh,
you
wow.
as the victim must just make sure you get away. Okay,
No.
so you're
I like
attacking
it.
the knee.
I feel like the victim here.
That is the end goal, to let the attacker feel like the victim. Okay, so let's just run through it one more
Okay.
time.
Okay.
So we grab around the neck,
Some.
grab the thumb, step back, kick between the legs, and then you aim for the...
Ew. Ha! I feel empowered already. Wow.
Okay, so the next one we'll do is something
I'll
more that
stand one
happens
side
quite
first,
often
Shobas.
is when they grab attack from behind.
Okay.
Okay, so attacker grabs from behind, steps on the foot, head goes back, between the legs.
Okay.
Okay,
Okay.
I have to do that?
No,
Dougal.
we're not doing that.
Can I do that, Dougal?
No, we're not doing it.
Okay.
An old football injury is kicking in.
You
Okay.
can do it.
we'll go through it slowly once again. So the attacker attacks from behind the grab. You step on the foot. Okay, throw the head back
Oh, head back.
onto the face, swing your arm directly between the attacker's legs because that's the most sensitive part on the guy.
Exactly.
Okay, grab the clothes and the arm and throw over the shoulder. And you finish the person off.
Sure.
Okay,
Okay. Are you okay?
I'm good.
Are you fine?
I'll be good.
All right.
I like
Okay.
that.
All right.
Yeah.
And then the last one is basically we'll just do a weapon attack
All
to
right.
the overhead.
Oh, what did that?
A knife attack
Oh.
to the head. Okay,
the
a
head.
normal strike to the head.
Yeah. There's a knife right there by your foot, Rhoda.
Can you pass
There-
the knife
There's
over,
a
please?
knife right there by your foot. All right.
That's yours.
Are you going to stab in? Oh, goodness.
I
All right.
didn't see anything.
All right.
I didn't
Okay.
witness
I didn't see.
anything.
So,
All right.
the most basic attacks that you get these days, it's either slice through, or it's stab to the side, or it's overhead. Because they either try to
Jeez.
aim for the head to kill, or they try to aim for the back in a knife fight.
Yeah.
Okay, so the attack we're going to focus on is the attack to the head.
Sure.
Okay, so the most important thing when you're defending against a weapon is to, when the weapon attacks, is that you block the arm and never
Alright.
the weapon. Because if you're blocking on the weapon, you can still be cut. So you want to block on the arm.
All right.
Eyes.
Eyes.
You poke
foot,
you in the eye.
You can
poke
poke in
his
the
eyes.
eyes, you can hit in the throat. Okay, because
Yeah.
you need that split second of a distraction just to get them off or disorientated.
Yeah.
After that, you step through, pass, still holding the arm that has the weapon. So you never let the weapon arm go, because this is the one that causes the most harm.
Yeah.
Got you.
Okay, you can break the arm from the,
Because basically at that
he
point
drops
where
the
you
knife.
are now, you're vulnerable. I mean, you are now
extremely
at
vulnerable.
you know at
The
her
mercy.
mercy, as it were.
exactly. So the whole idea, especially with a weapon, is that you control the arm with the weapon.
Yeah.
Okay.
Because if you let that arm go, you're putting yourself back in danger.
Yeah. And then what I noticed as well, especially your feet, because I think the first time I stood, I kind of did this, and then I was like, okay, I do feel warm, and I saw you doing that. So obviously,
Yes.
automatically when I'm feeling that already, I'm already feeling more support.
Balance,
am I
yeah.
right?
So you want to
Balance.
sink to your weight and your gravity. So you don't ever want to be up straight, because it's very easy to get taken off your feet, because someone comes from behind, they sweep you.
Yeah.
At least if your legs are staggered, if they come, they take the one leg, you still stand on the other. Or you can just avoid. But your weight is more centered down
Centered
at
down.
that point.
I saw that every time I'm like checking you, you're going back.
Yeah. No, it is. Oh, yeah. And are you okay? Because you kept falling here, man. You kept falling. You kept falling.
I was okay with the choke one, but I think it would have been full of bruises if I had to do that
Yeah.
before Dougal. Shame.
Now,
Yeah.
and thank you very much for that. I want to ask you a question as well. Obviously, we're discussing now attack with a weapon, like let's say knives or whatever. How would you do it differently if it wasn't an overhead attack? If it was something that was just coming straight? Could you show us that?
Yes?
Could you show us that, please? Sorry, I'm putting you on the spot here.
Okay, so you want a straight stand?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so it would work basically the same. The most direct thing is just to move out of the way. Because if you're standing still, or if you move back, the knife can still follow you towards it.
Exactly.
You move directly out of the way. Still control the arm, and then you can still do what you need to. Go to the face, go to the neck. Take the
come
person
down.
down.
He falls again.
Okay, but you want to disarm the person in such a way that you have the most available time to get away. If the guy's still standing, you must make sure you're faster than the guy. So you'd want to do something to disorientate them, get them off balance, or get out of the situation as fast as you possibly can.
Wow. No, absolutely
Well done.
brilliant. Andrea, thank you so much
Thank
for
you.
helping us.
Well
Thank you, Andrea.
done. You
Ryan.
made me proud.
Thank you so much, man.
No problem. Thanks for having us.
No, absolutely brilliant. And I promise you, this looks quite like a lot of fun as well. So thank you.
It is a lot of fun.
Thank
It
you
is a
so
lot
much.
of fun.
No problem. Thanks, guys.
Thank you.
I'm upset in many reasons because they didn't throw you, firstly. And shame, he fell all the time. So that is the one thing that had happened. But now, once again, thank you very much to Ryan as well. And of course, also thank you very much to Andrea for assisting. But that was fantastic because there was great tips. And when you see that in motion,
Dougal, can I tell you, I felt empowered.
Yeah?
Just you grabbing and me grabbing those thumbs and ooh, I felt like I could just like take you apart. I felt good.
but
It's empowering.
yeah, but listen, Rhoda, the true essence is here. We're doing a litmus test to see how progressive, how fantastic, and cementing the fact that we've always say that Northlink is truly fantastic. We're trying to cement that. And in terms of the programs that is being offered, that is being part of all of this holistically, that is the true essence. And when there's something like this, which is like extra on top of extra,
Exactly.
you know,
What more?
it is really brilliant.
Exactly.
So that is the one thing. Now, earlier, of course, Shanton mentioned something else, which is music.
Music, that's it.
Music. Now, a lot of you might not know this, but Rhoda is actually a good singer. So she says. Anyway.
So he says.
But more importantly, there's a person who's in charge of music who can tell us more about this amazing offering that forms part of the Northlink programs. And joining us to talk music and a lot more and everything else with that, even if you want to learn how to play an instrument, Rhoda, here's your chance, is Desmond who's joined us. Desmond Solomon, how's it? How are you?
Thank you very much for having me here.
I'm loving your shirt, Desmond. I'm
Thank you.
loving
This is,
it.
Wow.
This is the
saw it at the back as
logo
well.
of
Yeah.
our Community Philharmonic Orchestra.
Wow, a community philharmonic orchestra?
Absolutely,
Oh,
yeah. We've got a branch
wow.
here in Cape Town and one in Gauteng as well.
Oh,
Wow, didn't know that.
Yes.
I'm loving it.
But it's safer, we get to fall a bit less.
I was just going to
see
say
now.
exactly.
Did you know there was that much falling? Eh? So Desmond, in a nutshell, paint us the picture, the music program. What happens? What's being offered? What's it all about?
Yes, about 4 years ago, we were approached by Northlink College to facilitate a music enrichment program.
Okay.
And that was the start of this relationship that we have now, this partnership, specifically for social reasons was the initial, but then it developed into a education side as well.
Okay.
So we have the social side where we have the choirs like you've heard about, and various other social music programs that we have during the week and during your college hours as well. On a Saturday, we have a music academy here at the Parow campus.
Wow.
And we're thankful to be accommodated by Mr. Small and his team here. And he facilitates us at Parow campus from 8 o'clock till 2 o'clock every Saturday.
Oh, wow.
And that's according to the college terms.
Okay.
The college terms in that way. So when it's holiday, there's no classes here.
There's the process.
But it's open to all Northlink College students free of charge. And for external students as well, but they pay a fee.
Okay, but Northlink College is
Northlink absolutely free.
absolutely free.
Yeah, so you can actually learn to play any instrument
I was
that
gonna
you
ask
want.
you
Yeah,
that.
yeah, any instrument, and you can do your grades within the Northlink certificate program.
Oh, wow.
Or alternatively, if you want to do an external with UNISA or Royal Schools or even Trinity, we will prepare you for that grade exams. Yeah.
Okay, so there's a question, like say I come here, I'm not that way inclined, never sang in my life, I've never played an instrument. Is there a level that I need to have to be able to join?
Shame she's
if
bad.
you
I'm
can
very
read from A to G, that's fine.
A to G.
That's all you need. But we will take you from grade 1. We'll take you through
wow.
theory. You know, you got to do your learner's license before driving.
So true, so
we
true.
do your theory first, and then from there we move you on to the practical. Depends on what instrument you'd like to do.
Yeah.
Okay.
So it doesn't matter your level.
Doesn't matter.
That doesn't matter.
Doesn't matter. Yeah.
Wow, that is it is brilliant. Now let me ask you this: if I choose to go into an instrument, just out of interest, I'm trying to pass time. You know, I'm a student, I'm young, I'm free, I want to learn things. I decide I want to do music, and now I just decide: is it important for me to have that instrument, or will it be supplied? Or how does it work?
We have instruments here to use. At the college itself, but it doesn't go home, so it's not a hired instrument for you. But we encourage the students to get their own instruments. In that way, they can practice at home on their own instruments. Say like I said, once you come here and you don't have, we will assist you with an instrument here at the college. But those instruments, they stay at the college for use of other students. You know, other students also would like to have that.
Exactly.
Okay, so you don't have to have your. And let me ask you this: when we say music now, we're covering a lot of genres here.
Any genre. That is what the Community Philharmonic Orchestra stands for, is accommodating and facilitating in that way any genre. If you think orchestra, you think Bach and Mozart and classical, but we actually orchestrate all the music so that you can play what you like. If you like Lovers in the Air, we'll orchestrate it for you. So that's eventually the end result, is that from the academy, you will grow into the orchestra and become an orchestra member. That's why.
Brilliant.
So the orchestra also is facilitated here at Parow campus from 1 o'clock till 4 o'clock every second Saturday. And that's when the orchestra gets together. And these students that have been part of the tuition program during the day, they get to witness what an orchestra is all about. That's why. And they get to listen to the music that they actually like.
And they like. I was going to say that they like. It's not like...
It's any music, any music piece, doesn't matter the composer, doesn't matter the artist, we will orchestrate it for you.
I love it. And I'm seeing some pictures on the screen there. So
Yeah,
is
like
that
a
one of your
bespoke
shows that you
program.
had there?
Yes, that picture on the screen that you've seen, we took a trip up to Soweto Theatre last year, and we had a collaboration with the Soweto Orchestra, as well as our branch up in Gauteng. That's when the orchestra went up here.
Do you have any upcoming events like that?
Yes, we're doing another trip in July for Madiba Day to Soweto Theatre, and then we're doing Heritage in Durban. Those are national footprints that we've got to put down. But otherwise, we have our local concerts in Cape Town as well.
And to earlier, Shannon was speaking to choir competitions and all of that. Would that be then part of that?
That is the social part of the Northlink Music Enrichment program, where they participate at a college level, and then from there it goes into provincial level. So all the colleges in the Western Cape, they participate in the various arts and culture. So it's a weekend set aside just for arts and culture competition, whether it be poetry or debating, or it's solo singing, or it's choir singing in that way.
And you must see a lot of talent.
Absolutely. There's so much talent coming through the youth that we want to tap into and help them grow in that way, because many of them don't know about this program in place, but here it is for you, offered by Northlink. If you want to improve and maybe do a grade in your music, no problem, we're here for you in that way.
I like this. Now, let me ask you this. How does one get in touch to be part of the program?
So you can either get hold of Mr. Van Heerden, who is the manager of this program, Sports, Arts and Culture, and or you can phone the reception at the Parow campus, and they'll take the details, and Mr. Van Heerden will then contact
As
them.
simple as that?
As simple as
As
that,
simple
yes.
as that.
And you can start at any time in the year, because we're going to start you at grade 1. If you don't know, if you come in here with a grade already, and then we'll just carry on with that.
Carry on with it.
But you're going to start at the basics. And to the students who are here, this is to them at no cost. I just want to stress that.
Absolutely. I mean, music, you use music to set a mood as well at home. You can use music for comfort and de-stress, and upliftment in that way. So music is really there for us to use in different ways. And because it's so important in our lives, we need to use it
Wow.
effectively in that way and have an
Most
impact on
definitely.
us. And everybody, if you don't sing the right pitch, we'll help you. We'll help you in that way to get the right
But
pitch.
you got a very good ear, so just indulge me. You can tell who can sing, right? Just by talking.
I try to stay out of any domestic affairs. And
There's been enough falling for one day, apparently.
There's been enough falling for today.
So there's some upcoming events, of course,
Yeah.
that people can check out as well, which is fantastic, and I'm sure the students are all looking excitedly forward to all of this, and it's super easy to have it. And how much fun are you having?
absolutely, every week it's a passion. So
I
for
was gonna
me,
say, yeah.
passion and fun go together.
Goes
you know, so
together.
But yeah, for the students, please get in touch with your student support.
Okay.
If you want to join the choir, we're busy with an intake now for this year.
Okay.
They have the competition to prepare for provincial. We're going to George this year.
Oh, George.
And then the national competition is being held in Bloemfontein. And then we also have the opportunity to sing for our for graduation day.
Graduation
Yeah.
day.
That will be
Ooh.
nice, yeah.
Wow,
Definitely.
That sounds really, really, really exciting. Any closing thoughts from you, Desmond?
No, I do want to add that never stop wanting to do music. Music is there for us, and if you want to improve and your talent and grow your talent, then please do approach us. Northlink offers that facility here, and why not?
There we go.
As simple as that.
Simple as that.
Thank you very much, Desmond,
Thank you
for
very much.
talking to us.
Thank
No,
you so
thanks for
much.
talking to us, man. Absolutely brilliant. I tell you what, I like that. I really like that, Rhoda, because that is fantastic. Because it doesn't matter what level you are
It
at.
doesn't matter.
You know, it doesn't matter where you've done, let's say, music throughout school,
Keeps
and
me
you've
out.
got, grade, whatever grade you're on, you're going to start at the program. But also, you just want to be part of something. And when it comes to that, you know, regardless of the
Yeah.
genre of music, you now, all of a sudden, if you're interested in it, and this is always the big thing that I think is always like going to be the big tick. As soon as you're interested in something and you join a club, a society, or you join us like the music program, or let's say self-defense, or debating, or the choir, whatever it is that forms part of the sports, arts, and culture umbrella, you are with like-minded people.
Exactly.
And this is the important
Exactly.
thing. You with like-minded people who's got a very similar interest, and then all of a sudden the growth just exponentially excels.
Exactly. And you know what came through for me, Dougal, with the interviews? Is passion, passion, passion. All three. Even our lady lecturer as well.
Oh, Andrea. Yeah,
as
she was
well.
throwing people.
I mean,
Shame on her.
I'm impressed with her. Well done. And the passion really shows. And you know what? And that excited me. And I think that's what the excitement you spoke about when we walked in here. It's exactly the excitement. The lecturers, everybody's giving off to the students. You know, it's electrifying.
No, it is.
Ooh,
And you know what?
That sounds like electrifying.
And that is what it's about. And we've really delved into it today when it comes to sports, arts, and culture, and what is being offered at
Definitely.
Northlink. So everything, to recap, I mean, Shanda van Heerden mentioned it in the beginning. You basically imagine the sporting code, it is there. And obviously it is competition rich because there's
Oh, yeah.
inter-campus competitions, there's the provincials, there's the nationals, there's all of that. And of course, advancement. So if you are proficient in your sporting code at the moment and you really looking, oh, will I be able to play my sporting code? Yes,
yes.
very much so.
So-
It is, yeah. And of course, the facilities are top notch, and of course, the camaraderie and all of that, it speaks to itself as well.
Speaks itself.
But sports and arts and culture is a lot bigger than that. Innovative in the way where self-defense is part of the program. Now, obviously, as we
Yes.
heard, because safety is
Wow.
part of one of the courses here, it's part of one of the programs, and this is it. And we heard from Ryan, who said that basically when people actually end up with a police academy, then these are the things that they're doing. They're
They're
already
doing.
geared
Like-
towards that.
How
And
much
of-
better you prepared.
and the heartbeat of a society is almost melodic in ways. So when it comes to music, guess what? That's being offered here. It ticks all the boxes.
Ticks all the boxes.
questions that you might be asking as a prospective
Exactly.
student going, am I going? Well, now you are.
No. And on top of that, parents and students or basically wanting to come and study at Northlink, this is free, guys. 3. That came through all the time. 3.
Where to ask?
Where to ask. So you're not paying for the extra Saturdays and the music and the instruments here. It was basically 3.
Yeah.
Talk about a silver platter.
No, it is a silver platter. Now, it is very simple, of course, to find out everything and anything that you would like to know about Northlink College. You simply visit the website, which is www.northlink.co.za. That is what you do. And check out the registration dates, all the information you need to know, everything about the single course that you were interested in, the campuses, all the programs that get offered, more about the arts and sports and culture and everything we spoke about today. Go check it out. You simply go to the website, which is www.northlink.co.za.
And there, I think, Dougal, you go find out more about registration dates.
All of that.
Everything. So your forms, whatever you need, everything will be on the website.
Yeah, and
all your questions and answers.
And I've checked out the website, and I must tell you this, I never mentioned this before, but I've checked it out. It is so easy and so user-friendly, and it is really the guide that you want. So trust me, that is the aid, that is the helping hand that you need. It is on the website.
And don't forget, sorry Dougal, I'm really messing around with you. Share this video, guys, so that everybody out there can see it.
Yeah, that's basically what you got to do. But that wraps it up from us today.
That's right.
Thank you very much for watching the Link Show. Thank you once again for you being part of this, and we hope you've enjoyed it. And of course, thank you very much to our guest, to Shanton van Heerden, who joined us, Desmond Solomons, of course, who heads up music. And then we certainly hope that Ryan Doris is not too sore at the moment. So for myself and Rhoda, until next time, remember to like and share, and we'll see you soon, the next time on the Link Show. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye.